I'm not one of those like, it's my right. Now I'm like, search the bag. Okay. I'll make a joke. And usually like with food, like I've never had problems. The only thing is like, so plant protein, because well, it's from plants, it does have some components that set it off. So like every third or fourth time I'll be like standing there and they're like, we got it tested positive. So they have to bring in the special kit. And I'm like, it's literally a sealed bag. What the fuck? And so I've never had terrible experience at TSA. I have pre-check. I usually just rock right in. And honestly, I fly so much that Nashville, the terminal knows me. So they're like, hey, Mark, what's going on? Like, I literally know everybody there. So, and when I'm at other airports, it's usually cool. And they'll usually, they do, because they'll see like food, because I'll bring my food containers and they'll see them and they'll look over at me and they'll be like, yes, that guy's not blowing anything up. He's just trying to get huge. So, yeah. So for me, it's, I mean, I'm not going to shit. I've met people. I've actually had many people in TSA recognize me from YouTube. And so I'm not going to shit on them because they might be watching this. And because they've always been nice to me. But as an organization, unless you could prove to me that they've actually made the airport safer. Right. I do, like, we have these things and the new technology, like, used to just go through metal detectors and you're good to go. Like, you know, you're good. Now it's just so inundated. You have these fancy machines that have to cost millions of dollars a piece. You got like 20 of them per fucking terminal. And you're standing there, you're in, it's just I still don't get taking off your shoes if you don't have pre-check. And it's so easy to get pre-check. If shoes were a big issue, why aren't the terrorists just getting pre-check? That's another question, because that can happen, I'm sure. I mean, a lot of things don't make sense. Why do I have to take my computer out of the bag if I don't have pre-check? Yet I could keep it in my bag if I do have pre-check. Why liquids? I used to bring when I started traveling when I started my first career, I used to bring a gallon jug with me on the flight. Now I have to go in and they charge you like $20 for a fucking 6-ounce Dasani. And they gouge the fuck out of you and you have no choice. If it was up to me, I'd bring like 10 Fairlifes for the flight. I can't bring protein shakes on there. It's just like, why no liquids? First of all, who's gonna, like, what? Okay, why no liquids? Why shoes off? Why computers out of bags? There's a lot of questions on what they do that I'm like, why are they there? And I want someone to explain to me the computer in the bag and out of the bag. I want someone to explain. There was one guy who tried to get some shit in shoes once. That's why we got the shoe thing. I don't understand it, Alan. I just don't understand it.
Well, here's my thing too. Like, what I don't understand about TSA is that so say you had a bomb in your shoe, you're going to get more people in the TSA line than you're going to get in the fucking on an airplane.
You're absolutely correct. I never thought of it like that. I think the fear is that I do think they should check for knives and shit. I'm all for metal detectors. We always had metal detectors from my recollection. But the way they do it now is just, I remember when I started flying, because my brother went to school in Michigan. I remember I lived in California. Every summer I'd go visit him. And I remember my dad used to be able to like walk to the fucking gate with me.
Yeah. Well, shit.
Now, like my son has some wrestling tournaments that I'm not going with him to because there's so fucking many of them. And I'm like, I just got to fucking drop him off at the door and I can't walk him in and make sure he's okay. It's like a lot of this shit's just fucking retarded.
Yeah. It's crazy. When right before 9/11 happened, they had just built the airport in Pittsburgh, right? About 5-10 years before that. Well, 5 years beforehand, they just built
great
the airport,
TGI Fridays in there, man.
Yeah, it's actually like you've been to the Pittsburgh airport. It is set up to be like a mall. You know what I mean?